Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I'm Aulia Putri Atika, going to give you a little explanations about adverb. And here, adverb is one of parts of speech used to describe or explain verbs, adjectives, or other adverbs. Also, an adverb used in this way may provide information about the manner, place, time, frequency, certainty, or other circumstances of the activity denoted by the verb or the verb phrase. And here are the functions of adverb. It's explaining verb. For the example here, he plays the piano well. Well, the word well modifies the verb place, indicating the manner of indicating the expression shows that he plays the piano well. For the second is explaining an adjectives. For example here, you are so pretty. Adverbs can also be used as modifiers of adjective and of other adverbs, often to indicate degree. And the word pretty modifies the adjective of the subject, that is you. An adverb also can explain about other adverbs that can also modify determiners, prepositional phrase, or whole clauses or sentences, as in the following example is, although works really hard. Really modifies the determiner although in the noun phrase. For the next is explaining prepositions. For example is, long before I was born, this tree was here. And in English, a prepositional adverb is an adverb that can function as a preposition. Unlike an ordinary preposition, a prepositional adverb is followed by an object. So here, the word born doesn't followed by the object. It's such as long as I understand, the word born is explained about adverb of time. For the next is adverb phrase. An adverb may be a single word such as quickly, here, or yesterday. However, adverbs can also be phrase. Some met with prepositions, others met with infinitives. And here, the adverb is the head of the phrase and can appear alone or it can be modified by other words. Adverbs are one of the four major word classes along with nouns, verb, and adjective. For the example here is, the killer was caught only in front of his house. And for the last is adverb as a sentence. When an adverb modifies a whole sentence or clause, it is called a sentence adverb. Words such as fortunately, frankly, hopefully, and luckily are generally used as sentence adverb and usually express the speaker's feeling about the content of the sentence. For the example here is, surely he won't love me because my mistake. For the next is types of adverb. For the first is adverb of manner. For the example is, how do I speak English? For the answer is, you speak English fluently. The word fluently is an adverb used to express the way or how a job is done. So if you use interrogative sentences, always use the word how. So when you say how, and you have to add behind by adverb of manner, that you can complete the sentence by how do I answer these questions. For the next is adverb of frequency. For the example is, how often does he call you if you don't text him back? He always calls me when I do not reply his message. The word always is an adverb that states how often an activity or event is carried out or occurs. So the question is how often. When someone asks you how often you do this, I always do this job. For the next is adverb of time. For the example is, when did you visit grandfather? I visited my grandfather yesterday. Yesterday is an adverb used to express when a job or event occurs. So, if you use an interrogative sentence, always use the word when. When you ask about adverb of time, you just need use the word when. So the answer can be yesterday, tomorrow, 2 days ago, a month ago, or etc. And for the next is adverb of degree. For the example is, how crazy am I? You are really insane, or you are really crazy. Insane means is more than crazy. See this sentence, really is explained, and insane means you are more crazy. And the word really is an adverb used to state to what extent or a level or degree an activity or even is. So the question is how much. For the example is, how much you buy this sugar? Oh, it's really cheap. For the next is adverb of place or and directions. For the example is, where are you? I'm in my home. The word in is like a preposition that is used to state the place and direction of the occurrence of an activity or event. So the question is where, such where are you going? I'm gonna out with my friends, such that. And for the next is adverb of probability. For the example is, he will probably turn in his assignment tomorrow. This adverb describe the probability to take place. Words are used in some expressions. For the last is adverb of purpose. For the example is, I study English grammar to improve my English skill. For the word to improve my English are mostly infinitive phrase. They express the reason or they need for something being done. For the next is phrases that act as adverb. For the first is adverbial clause. When a group of words which contains a subject and a verb functions as adverb and modifies a verb in the sentence, it is known as adverbial clause. For the example is, Andy seems so intelligent because he spent more time in the studies. For the second is adverbial phrase. For the example is, I met an old-time friend last night. For the last night word, when a group of words without a subject and verb functions as an adverb, it takes the place of adverbial phrase in a sentence. For the next is prepositional phrase. It's a group of words which contains a prepositional and a noun or noun phrase functions as an adverb of time or adverb of place to modify the verb. For the example is, she visits on the weekends. For the next is infinitive phrase. Is a group of words that contains the infinitive to plus the best form of a verb either with or without a modifier or complement takes the role of an adverb in a sentences. For the example is, he came often on weekends to see us. Well, everyone, that's all from my little explanations about noun that I know before. Thanks for nice watching. Thank you.